Hello there. How's it going today? So this is in response to, hang on, I'm chapped. This is in response to True Love's freak show. What is the craziest thing you think or know to be true about this place? Your hysterical laugh about Jazz's doctors are vampires. So great. Because they are fucking vampires. As someone who's, chronically ill with all these rare genetic illnesses, I've spent a lot of time. I think I have, I think I have like 6 doctors. I don't know. I try not to see them anymore. I think I have like 6 or 7 doctors. And they're all vampires. Truly. And some of them are also massive cunts. Yeah. Yeah. Some horrible doctors out there. God, some evil motherfuckers. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about the most fucked up thing that I think or know to be true about this place. And I've just experienced so much weird shit here. So much weird shit. I mean, so much weird shit. But I just gotta focus in on just this one thing. So, I'm gonna go with the mass memory manipulation / mind control that's going on. Which I believe is what the Mandela effect is. I know that's not going to be very popular, but I don't care. Because I speak truth. And this is my truth. This is where my research took me. That this is where MK Ultra took them. That what the Mandela effect is you're seeing the people it's not working on. And every time we see a new, what people had considered shifts or what have you, it's them sending out another wave and trying to get it to stick. And the people that it's not working on, people who are the Mandela affected, it's just the people it's not working on yet. I don't know why they're doing it. I mean, I could think of a lot of reasons why. I don't know specific reasons, but I think that there is mass memory manipulation going on. Does this have something to do with history and things like that? But this is something they've been working on for a long time, because I am certain that this goes back to MK Ultra. MK Ultra, Monarch program, all of those, it's all tied in. No doubt. In my mind, anyway. That's what I believe. And, I posted a video a while back about because I believe that UFOs, alien abductions, all of that, it's all tied in, it's all connected. And I posted a video a while back about my first UFO experience, and then subsequent implant removal. So I'm not going to tell that story again. I'll put a link in the description. If I remember. That alien ship that I saw is patented by the US government. And ever since then, and probably before then, and I just didn't notice because I was young, I mean, I did have experiences, and some really fucking weird experiences when I was a kid, too. But I mean, even after I had that implant removed, I've still had so much fucking weird shit, you know? I've had plenty of UFO sightings. My husband's had none, you know? It's not normal to see that many. And I feel like the images that I saw when I did the regression hypnosis to figure out my alien abductions were false memories, and I had said it at the time. I did not feel like they were true memories, and I was so hard to hypnotize, so hard. I mean, it took 2 weeks of her coming back to even be able to get me under. And even then, it was, I don't even think I was fully under. I just feel like they didn't feel like real fucking memories. They felt like they were pictures that were placed there. I don't believe that the things that those memories were real. And around that same time is when I started having major memory issues. My short-term memory like disappeared overnight, like severely, to where, I mean, my husband would tell me something and then 2 hours later it would be, I mean, gone. I mean, and I would lose like whole entire chunks of my day, you know, like couldn't remember. And we chalked it up to my neurological condition. But then I started getting it back. Like it started, I'm not having that issue now. It's fucking weird. There's major shit with memory. So here's some of the other shit that has gone on associated with that for me. Waking up in different clothes that I went to sleep in, waking up with my clothes on backwards, waking up without the clothes that I went to sleep with, never to see those clothes again. Waking up with, this has happened to me 3 times in my life, with a chunk of my hair cut out. And I mean, the last time was not that long ago. If I hadn't braided my hair, I could actually show you guys, because you can see where there is, and it's a clean cut, chunk of my hair cut. I don't sleepwalk. I've never sleepwalked in my life. But about 9 months ago, I woke up opening my roommate's bedroom door in the middle of the night. scared the shit out of them, obviously, for obvious reasons. They hadn't even been living here that long at that point. That was really weird. And I've started doing weird shit in my sleep. Not just talking in my sleep, which I'd never done before, but acting stuff out. Like I'm doing something, like I'm acting stuff out. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like I am somewhere doing stuff. It's really fucking weird. I have had moments where I will be sitting here and all of a sudden there is like this almost like a flood of information that pops into my head, and it feels like a fucking download gets put into my head. This has all happened within, the last few years. All of these things that I'm talking about. What else? That dream was really fucking weird. So, when we were still living in Vancouver, Washington, and this is when we were packing to move back to Los Angeles, and this is when I had started to think, like, am I still being abducted? Because for a long time I thought that, like, that experience that I had, that one experience on the beach, that was it. That was the only time that I had been abducted, and that was it. But then I started to get these ideas that maybe it was still going on. And I was talking to my friend who was there at the time, who was on the beach with me that night. And he lived in Oregon, about 5 hours from me. And we had talked, I'd driven to go see him, and he was like, oh yeah, holy shit, I think they are still taking you, and, da da da. Anyway, I'm packing one day, and all of a sudden, I'm so tired, like I have to lay down and sleep right now. And that's not how I sleep. Like, it takes me hours to build up to sleep. I've been an insomniac most of my life. But I've had experiences of this periodically where I have to lay down and fucking sleep right now. It's so bizarre, and something weird always happens when I have this. I had to lay down and sleep right then. No one was there. My daughter had already moved back to Los Angeles. My husband was still traveling for work then. I was there by myself. Lay down and go to sleep. I have a dream that I am floating through, I float through my front wall into the house, and standing upright, and I hit my toe on the coffee table, and keep going through the wall, through the kitchen, into my bed, and I wake up. The weird thing is, I woke up with a fucking broken toe. That was fucking strange. So, it's like this memory modification, manipulation thing wants us to believe that there's aliens and they're abducting us and they're doing all these things to us and they're making hybrids, and that's what they want us to believe. At least that's what was put inside of my head. And yeah, when when I woke up to flat Earth and started figuring everything out and putting all the pieces of everything together. I know. There's still like 8 million pieces laying here. I'm working on it. But I started to understand some stuff, and I don't believe that, that we're shifting timelines or parallel universes. I believe that our memories are being modified. I believe that that's being done on a mass scale. And I don't know if we all have implants, or if it's, nanoparticles from the chemtrails, or what. I know that I have more implants. So sometime in the last 15 years, this ear became super sensitive. Like, you know how if you sleep on your ear and it gets bent, like, it's so painful, like excruciating. Like, it's like 20 minutes before the pain subsides enough for me to even go back to sleep. I mean, it's fucking excruciating. So painful. I can't, if this ear even itches, I can't scratch it. If I scratch it, again, excruciating pain. And it hasn't always been that way, and it's not like I had an injury or I did anything to it. It just happened. It's like a lot of the things, like the thing that appeared in my back. I don't know where it came from. It was just there one day. And for some fucking reason, the most curious person ever didn't question it. Why is that? Why is that? That tells me manipulation. Anyway, my ear. Super sensitive. So, recently, I'm like, what the fuck? So I start feeling around in here, and I found something. It's about as wide as a sewing needle, but I can move it. It's not natural in there, and I don't have it in my other ear. No one else's ears seems to have it. I mean, showed to my roommates and my husband and everyone else. It's like, what the fuck is that? You shine a flashlight through it, you can't see it, which is really interesting. But there's something there. There's something there that I am sure did not used to be there. I don't know when it showed up, but like a lot of things in my body, I believe my memory's been manipulated to not question when it showed up. So, but I am going to remove it. So, that'll happen sometime soon. Just gotta figure out how to do that. We're working on that. I will videotape it though. Don't you worry. The fucking thing is coming out. Because you figure, worst case scenario, I show up at the ER and say that I tried to pierce my own ear. Right? So, yeah, I could obviously get into this topic a lot more, because I've been researching it now for so many months. But that is where I think I'm gonna leave it, because this video is already hitting the 20-minute mark. Yeah. So that's what's gonna take the cake for me right now, is the mass memory modification that's going on. As biggest fuckery. Loves ya. My roommate is an artist, a very talented artist, and I come in her room to spend time with her dog when she's at work, and when I noticed this painting, my stomach dropped, and you guys obviously understand why, and I wanted to show it to you. Pretty amazing, right? Go ahead.
So I dreamt about this painting, especially the center portion with the texture. And I realized that I needed to make it represents string theory and quantum physics and everything beginning to overlap, and how things are changing, and that the veil, because if you can see the square, either the rectangle in the center either comes forward or goes back. So how it maneuvers through the universe and how we're maneuvering, and things are just changing. And if you're awake, you're seeing it change, and the butterfly represents how we're morphing, how the people who are more awake are morphing into something that is actually flowing through all of this and recognizing it. So I dreamt about it, and that's why it's there.
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.